This 1952 Dodge Power Wagon has been sitting in this spot for almost 2 decades. It's rough, it's rusty, and it hasn't run in almost 16 years. And my goal is to see if we can bring this thing back to life. This truck's story doesn't start with me. It starts decades ago in the Ethan Allen Rough Mill, where it earned its keep as a yard truck. And when the plant closed in 2009, it ended up going home with Jeff, an employee at the mill at the time. 2 years ago, Jeff passed it on to Dan, and this is Dan. He's the one passing it on to me. After a decade and a half of waiting, this thing gets a new chance at life. But before we can even think about moving this thing, we gotta dig it out. Not only is it covered in overgrowth, but it's been sitting so long, tires are half buried. With Dan helping me clear this thing out, get a better idea of what I'm going home with. Now these look like the original tires. I know it's a long shot, but I'm gonna see if any of them hold air. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Stop. Oh, shit. Oh, well, it doesn't hold air. Guess we're gonna have to go for plan B. Plan B is to jack up the ass end, see if I can't hook it up to the truck and pull it out this way so we can get it lined up to the trailer.
While already going better than plan A, plan B is not without its troubles. This thing is absolutely buried. So Dan and I, we get to digging, and that seems to do the trick.
Ha, nice.
Damn, she's a lot taller when she's not in the ground.
With a little maneuvering, and a little more maneuvering, it's ready to go in the trailer. Since it's absolutely ancient, it needed a bit of help. And when we were almost there,
Just did a little bit more. That's it. Just a couple of inches too short. The story of my life. Well, all right, she's on the trailer. Now, it's time to hit the road.
on my hour-and-a-half drive home, I was thinking, how in the hell am I going to get this thing off the trailer? You know what? That's a problem for tomorrow, Sean. And to hell with that guy. But big thanks to Dan for grabbing these sweet driving shots.
Now that I've got this thing back in the shop, how about we take a closer look? One of the first things that jumps out at me is this big old chunk of metal at the front. It's clearly homemade, and it looks like it was maybe a plow mount. And I was originally concerned about these two pieces here being bent to shit. It actually looks like they're add-ons. The removal of a few bolts, you can take those off and find a replacement. Radiator's also looking pretty rough. I noticed once we got it out, she ain't got no radiator cap. So it's probably full of crap we're gonna have to clean out eventually. When I first saw this, I thought, how did the glass get so cloudy? But it's actually not glass at all. It's plexiglass. I like that it has seats. Well, we're definitely gonna have to do some upholstery work on those. At first glance, the frame doesn't look horrible, but closer inspection shows that it's starting to crack. And while the inside of this is pretty chewy, it actually looks kind of complete. You get in here, this is the kind of stuff I like. I cannot wait until that's cleaned up and in fresh paint. But to be honest, none of that is why we're here today. We're here to see if this thing will actually run. Before we dig into this engine bay, I have a small confession. This is not my first time meeting this truck. A couple of years ago, Dan asked me to come over and help try to get this thing up and running. The good news, the engine wasn't stuck. That's where the good news ended though. The distributor, absolute mess. The starter, feeble at best. In short, this thing kicked my butt. But I've got a plan in place to give this old brute the attention it deserves. Now, I wonder if this engine will still spin over. If it does, I think we're in business. Oh, hell yeah. So, water pump's turning, generator's turning, crank pulley's turning. Now it's just some parts and then the basics. Fuel, spark, and compression. And I think we got a good shot of getting this thing to kick off. So I know the starter and the distributor are a problem, so I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the starter first. So last time I worked on this thing, it would just click. So I'm gonna open it up, see if I can't clean up the brushes in the stator. And eventually I'll have to replace the brushes, but those aren't gonna be here anytime soon. So we're gonna do what we can with what we got. And after a good tear down and cleanup, she's ready to rock. Now that the starter's back in, the next piece I need to deal with is the distributor. The cap is missing the rotor button altogether, and the guts are pretty cruddy too. So after grabbing a picture to know how to stab this thing back in when I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out for a little bit of a refresh. I've got new cap, rotor, points, and condenser. So it turns out I've got the wrong points for this, but after an early morning run to Advanced Auto, that problem's solved. So with a fresh set of guts and some new wiring, I'm ready to stab this bad boy back in. Starter's rebuilt, distributor's rebuilt. It's time to chuck a battery in this bad boy, see if it'll kick over. A little creative engineering, and our starter is doing starter things. Next, I want to take some compressed air, blow off the top of the engine, because I want to get to these spark plugs. Here's to hoping this bad boy comes out. Oh, goodness. That was not tight at all. The good news, there's no rust. The bad news, these bad boys are pretty chewy. I really probably should have got new ones, but I'll have to make do for now. To clean these up, I heat them up with some MAP gas to burn off any deposits. Then I hit them with a wire brush. Now while these cool, is a perfect time to go check the compression on this thing. Cylinder 1 is not filling me with confidence. Cylinder 2 is a bit better. Cylinder 3, go. Oh, that's a hard no. Yeah, these numbers overall don't give me a whole lot of hope. I'm not in a spot where I'm ready to pull this head off, so time for spark. And while I had the plugs out, I went ahead and make sure number 1 was at top dead center, so I can make sure that my plug wires are in the correct order. Now, it's time to check and see if we actually have spark. Oh, hell yeah. Why, yes, we do. So now, all we need to add is fuel, and hopefully this thing will kick off. Go ahead and pop this oil bath air cleaner here. Oh, yeah. Nice and loose. A little bit of fuel down the yap. Okay, more than a little. And let's see if I can get this bad boy to at least sputter. Here we go. Oh, wait. It's not gonna sputter if the coil's not hooked up. She ain't spinning over so quick. I don't know, that's probably flooded or something. Makes me wonder now, do we actually have the spark? Do we lose the spark? Maybe. Oh, there was a little bit there. Oh, yeah. We'll try choke. More fuel. Maybe. Come on. Oh, I can hear it. She wants to. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Or not. Come on, old girl. I know you got something in you. Oh, yeah, come on. All right, well, here. She wants to start. So close. I think what I'm lacking is compression. She doesn't seem to be spinning too fast, so for a very brief amount of time, we're gonna try 12 volts. I know I'm taking a risk here. These starters are not easy to find. So we're not gonna do this much. Maybe once, twice, that's it. But if this doesn't work, oh yeah, baby. Let's give her some choke. Oh, so close. All right, let me go check the starter, make sure she's not frying. Oh yeah, baby. Woo-hoo! What do you think about that? I mean, it doesn't sound fantastic, but it kicked off. We give this one more, and then we're gonna let the starter cool down for a little bit. Oh yeah, that sounds like quite the rod knock. My oil pump's working. Now that I got just a little bit of hope, while this starter cools off, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't get this carburetor to pull fuel from a tank. All right, the boat tank's hooked up. Not sure if it's pulling fuel yet because I can't get this off and I don't want to break the line. It's actually a metal line. So I'm just gonna give her a little drink, get her started, and hope she starts pulling fuel. Here goes nothing. Oh, come on. Come on. We're so close. This sounds so bad. Uh-oh. It clearly needs work, but it's got potential. This is just the beginning. Where do you think we should go with this build? Do we restore it to its former glory? Or do we go resto mod? Go modern power, modern conveniences? Let me know what you think down in the comments. You guys get to shape the future of this build. Until next time, have a fantastic evening. Bye. I love this thing.